Hi everybody, I've got no idea how everybody will react to this video, but it needs to be said, at least I feel it needs to be said. In case you don't know me, I'm Emma Dalmain, I'm an autism right activist, I am autistic, I have autistic kids, and I've been campaigning against pseudoscience quack treatments for cures for autism for 5 years now. And what I've noticed as a campaigner, as well of Amanda Siegler and Melissa Eaton and other campaigners, is that the mothers who are using quack cures on their children, thinking that they can recover, heal, purge autism, is that they desperately want to have their children accepted. They're usually from cultures that, or from a marriage where autism is seen as not acceptable. There are a lot of cultures in the world that see autism as a slur or a disgrace or a curse. So we've got a lot of parents from those communities. We also have parents that, you know, just in their heads didn't sign up for this. Now, when you are a parent and you have a child, you have to accept that that child may be disabled in some way. They may have mental health issues. They may be trans, LGBT. You know, they may have a difference, and you have to accept that that might happen and be prepared for it, you know, and put things in place. Now, some of these parents don't want that. And some of them go a slightly different way and decide that they are all in and they have to relate to this child in some way. These are usually NT parents, that is non-autistic parents, and they feel, and I know this because I've been told this by a lot of them, they feel that they can't relate to their kids. They don't understand why this little person is rocking and stimming and spinning and echoing and, you know, finding joy in a ray of light and, you know, flapping. They can't understand any of it, and they want to desperately. So instead of coming to autistic people who, you know, I still flap, we still do a lot of those things that your children do, they decide to appropriate their child's identities and they become autism mums. An autism mum is a mum who decides that she is going to battle autism, she's going to take autism on, it's not going to take her child, you know, and it's sad, it's tragic actually. These mums would have been soccer mums, you know, they would have been in a little crew talking about, I don't know, the latest store that Brad managed to do. I don't know about soccer, a bit rubbish. But, you know, they would have been part of a clique. So what they've done is they found their own clique, which is loads of mums who think that they can defeat autism by making their children act a certain way. And it's sad. Actually, it's really sad. You know, a lot of them jump on the puzzle bit. And let me just show you something. When you find out that your child might be autistic or is autistic, you do want to belong. You know, you want your child to feel that you are backing them and you want to rep your child because you're proud of them. So you might go and do what I foolishly did, right? That was 5 years ago now, and jump on the puzzle piece wagon. But now we have the neurodiversity symbol, which is the infinity symbol. So it's like that. And for autism, it would be gold. So I have often considered getting this covered with, but on my colour skin, it's hard to get a colour to show up properly. And I leave it there for the fact to show that I do know where a lot of these parents are coming from, because I didn't know at the time that I was autistic. I just knew that I was very proud of my little son and I wanted to display that proudness. So what can we do to help autism mums? Now everyone's going, oh, stop. Okay, because these mums need to be educated and they don't want to be. They think, oh, you're not the same as my child. Yeah, we're not. You know, I'm 44, Debbie, you know, but I used to smear, I used to spin. Well, actually, I didn't like spinning. I used to rock. I still do rock, you know, and I used to line things up, and I still do in a way, but I collect things and have them in certain places. And that's done to regulate and, you know that things are there. It's for security and to control things, you know, to feel like I'm in control when so many other things aren't. So we are very like your kids. You're just not seeing it that way. So what can we do? First thing we can do is, we have tried educating them that taking their child's identity and calling themselves autism mum isn't appropriate. You can't be the mum of a condition. You can be a mother of an autistic child. You can't be an autism mum. Some autistic mothers like to call themselves autism mums, which I've never got. You know, I'm an autistic mum. I'm not an autism mum. But it, even more than attacking them and educating them in that way, which I don't see as education, they need care. And everyone's going to be going, ugh, again. They do, because they're bringing up the next generation of autistic kids, and those autistic kids are being told by them, you can beat autism's ass today. Look what you did that in spite of autism. These kids need to be able to come to us when they're older. And if their parents hate us, they're going to be told to stay away from those people. You know, so I don't really know what I can say, but the amount of hatred I've seen from the autistic community against autism mums and vice versa is getting scary. It's getting to the point where it's going to be irreversible. Now, myself and John Greeley opened a group called Autism Inclusivity. We've got some wonderful admins in there, including Amanda Siegler from Fierce Autie, Eve Ryland from Badass Activists, Vanessa Blevins from Parenting Through the Fog, Daniela Turner, she's got a page but I can't remember it, Autistic Seeker. So, you know, we do have groups where parents can come and get advice from us, and I don't want them to be scared to ask us questions. But please understand, as autistic people, if you come into a group and you say, I like the puzzle piece, and we're explaining why we don't, we're autistic, we're explaining why, until all the pieces fit means until a cure is found. And we are not a puzzle to be solved. We're not the odd piece out. You know, we need to be included. You know, we're not this little piece. And as I said, I did this thinking that I was representing my child, when actually I wasn't. But the first thing that comes up when you Google autism is puzzle pieces, and that is wrong. So everybody needs to start posting neurodivergent and neurodiversity symbols instead, and they need to be talking about autism in an accepting way. So if you do get a parent coming in, you know, saying how much she hates autism, explain to her that it's not a separate part of her child. These, again, are mums who see autism as a separate part of their child. They don't see it as their child's neurological makeup. They see it as something that needs to be gotten over, you know. And it's not like that, and it will never be like that. So, yeah, just stop the hatred, I guess. And it's hard. It is hard when you get an autism mum in a group and she starts attacking all the autistic people. It's damn hard, and it's hurtful. So I suppose this is more to the autism mums. You know, we were once your kids, and we do know what we're talking about. We know why your child is headbanging and spinning and rocking and biting and not eating certain things. We know why, because we still do or used to do it. So come to us and ask us. It's not a failing on your part if you have a child that you're not the same neurologically. It's not a failing, it's just a difference, and it's something that you have to accept and embrace. And we are here to empower you and educate you, because we want you to feel that you can relate. So yeah, so any autistic people who are pissed off with me for this, sorry. You see, I just know how a parent who is ostracized and driven this way can keep going this way, and can look into gaps and MMS, bleach and stem cell treatment and all these different things, because they think their child has to fit in. You know, they're terrified that their child won't get a job, won't be looked after, won't marry, and they need to see that actually these things are ideals that they've built up in their own head about what their child will do, when they don't actually know what their child will do. They don't know what a neurotypical child will do. How can they plan their child's life out? How can you do that? You can assume that all these things will happen, but it doesn't mean your child is going to do these things, you know, whether they're neurodivergent or not. So that's me done, and I've got my tea now. So, Scotland. So yeah, take care everybody, and acceptance, yes? Thank you.